welcome back, everybody. Thank you for sticking around. I hope you've got yourselves a nice beverage and a little bit of a tinkly winkly and all that kind of stuff. We've received donations of Ryan and Kaylee. Thank you. I hope I got your name correct. Thank you so much.
That's that song by
Kaylee.
Kaylee. It's Jolene, you fucking idiot.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. It's drama time, as we had the issues with drama yesterday. Now, the names in this story will pop up as and when the names appear in the story. So I would ask you, and it will fall on deaf ears, not to call out, because Mr. Ghost will pick out as we go along. Very easy. Very easy. Pretty simple stuff. Alright, guys? Now, this is called My Wow Drama. Let me give you the opening. Holla preacher and a hoe fist to you, good sir. Now, how do we do a hoe fist? Like that?
Like this. Oh, sorry, that's me washing up.
Oh! Obviously, I am a lady, and I have been binge watching your channel for a few months now. My computer, unfortunately, has a problem with viewing live streams. You say potato.
I say potato.
So I haven't been able to watch any live, so you're not here today, which is probably for the best. I impatiently wait on YouTube for your uploads. I thought I'd share my story with you. Okay. Chapter 1. Dat ignorance, though. I grew up playing video games, mostly watching my older brother play, but sometimes managing to sneak in a couple of hours of gameplay here and there on my own. My father didn't believe that girls could play video games. I love that. It's so old school. So all consoles went to my brother. Is that for me, Dad?
No, your dad don't even laugh. He just goes like, is that for me, Dad?
Don't be stupid. Here's a Barbie. Enjoy. Here's a Barbie. Go play with yourself.
Whoa.
That's okay. You're becoming one of them internet people. Everybody's a people.
Phrasing.
He did, however, buy me a computer so I could write up my school papers. Is this for gaming, Dad? Listen. It's been 12 years. Stop asking to play games. You can, okay? You have a vagina. Accept it. Play with this. But we both know what it's not. We both know that's not what I used it for. Ooh. Girls don't look at porn, right? And their farts smell of potpourri. Remember potpourri? Remember when that was a thing?
Remember? I remember that because my auntie used to call it pot puree.
Oh, God.
I'm 8 years old and I know it's called potpourri, you common bastard.
I must have been about 12 or 13 years of age when my neighbour began talking to me about this game she was playing. It sounded fascinating. A game where she could play online with other people. How was that possible? She told me that I could play it on my computer as well, using dial-up internet. And I should try it out because it was loads of fun. She was not talking about WoW, not yet. This was way before those days. We haven't even approached the deadly Y2K Armageddon yet. We're pre-2000s. Yeah? We're pre. So I went home, curious to see how one could actually play with other people online. She told me she played a MUD, multi-user dungeon. So I did a quick search for it and clicked on the first one that showed up, somehow believing that this was the one she was on. It was called Jelly Bean 2. Now, I don't want to be that guy, because I like the fact that the ladies play the games. But there's something a little bit feminine about seeing the game Jelly Beans 2 and going, that's the game for me.
Back up. You even played Jelly Bean 2?
No, is it anything like Candy Crush?
No.
Multiplayer Candy Crush? Is it multiplayer?
It's like Diablo.
It's like Diablo.
With jelly beans.
It's well intense. Nothing worse than the actual deadly devil jelly bean. So we're going into Jelly Beans 2. I created a name for myself and entered the world. I soon found out that MUDs were only made up of text. It's text-based MMO.
Like Zork?
No, yes, much like Zork. But multiplayer Zork. Can you imagine? Can you imagine multiplayer Zork? No graphics, no images. If you found a good server, you were sometimes treated to coloured text. Not even Twitch has coloured text.
It does.
All white chat. Look at this.
All the names.
I can see that. Oh, in fact, you can do coloured chat text as well, can't you? Okay, never mind. Twitch is more advanced than Jelly Beans 2.
Then you're online Zork.
There you go. And it was amazing. Sadly, I wasn't being sarcastic. At the time, it felt amazing. After searching for my friend who I had no idea the character name she played as, I soon found out that there are hundreds of MUDs, and it was not the right one. But I loved the humour of this one. The currency was jelly beans. How many jelly beans do you want for that? Oh God, look what we did. They had silly themed areas like MASH and Les Miserables and other silly stuff. Everyone was friendly for the most part, donating items then and again to us lobies, guiding us to different areas to level in. How do you level in a text-based game?
How do you get items in a text-based game? How do you give items to? How do you know if someone's near you?
It's got to be code. It's got to be like /trade jelly beans.
But how do you know if someone's near you?
Oh, they must have a local thing. I don't know. Like, shall we do a quick? Let's do it very quickly.
It better be real.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Jelly Beans 2, is it?
Jelly Bean 2. Did you mean Jelly Bean 2? I did. Wow. Oh, it's been updated for iPhone? Fuck right off.
That's not a game.
That's an Android system update.
Jelly Bean 2 Mud.
Mud. There's just lots of pictures of jelly beans. Maybe that's the money.
What if it's just one word?
I don't know. Oh, there we go.
Show it me. Show it me.
I found it. Using science. Oh, look at this.
I can see it.
Okay, let's add this for the people. Look at this.
You're covering my fucking chat though now.
Whoa! Look at this. Fancy. Affiniter has started to move. Wow. You need a unidle. Wow. A hairy brown wombat lopes jumps.
Yeah, but Takamori lost his leg.
There's something a bit frightening about a hairy brown wombat. If that appeared in my WoW chat, I would be shitting myself.
That's a euphemism.
I would be shitting myself.
That's a euphemism.
You see the Grim Reaper drift over to the corpse of Glazed. What's the football movie with the 7-foot homeless kid?
Wow.
Yes! What is the football kid with the 7-foot homeless kid? And then he said a bubbling pool of liquid flesh wells up from the ground. He's black, adopted into a white family, gets in trouble for crossing a team player. He knows all the details. The blind side? Might be. Might be. You know what I mean? Hairy back wombats. You're jelly now, you don't play it, aren't you? You're jelly the jelly.
That film's Blindside, yeah? Blindside.
He got out of the game. I know it! I know this! I know this! Hairy brown. The hairy brown wombats. Okay. I know the game. I know the film. Okay. So we're playing it. They guided us to different areas to level in when we reached its fullest potential. I instantly made friends and was soon pulled into a guild called, give me a name. The Wombats. The hairy brown wombats.
The hairy brown wombats.
The hairy brown wombats. The girl who invited me was named
Blindside.
Blindside. Only a year older than me, and she was very excited about having me join the rest of them. The guild only had a couple of people in it. So who's in the guild? Well, it's me.
And now you.
And now you. So, being the lowest populated guild in Jellybean, I don't want to say we're exclusive or anything, but in the whole Jellybean universe, we're like...
You're pretty lucky to be.
You're pretty lucky to be a part of this little motley crew of me and you. So within a couple of months, I was promoted to officer in the guild. You're an officer of 2 people. And the other one's the guild master. They're like, oh, you're not ready for officer yet. You're not ready. My mind was blown. Kaboom. I was handed responsibilities within Jellybean. She trusted me. She gave me a quick tour of the small guild. Well,
this is the bank.
How do you do a text-based tour?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh my god, a text-based tour. Come. Moves left. This is the bathroom. Okay.
Yeah. Moves right. We've got it on.
No, what are we doing? We're not doing it right. Moves east. Alright, moves east.
Whoa. Turns east, moves east. Yeah? You're not going to say, this is the bathroom.
Turns east.
Look, what you've just done right now
Ah,
is this.
wombats!
Look. Yeah, this is the bathroom. And over here... I'm back again.
Told me what was expected of me, and then we headed to the bar in our great main city of Jellyton. The main city of jelly beans is Jellyton.
I don't know why I'm even surprised.
I know, but I'm shocked as hell it's not Jellytown. It should be Jellytown.
It should be Jellytown.
And we had a few grogs of ale. Yeah? A few grogs of ale.
Isn't grog an actual ale? Not the unit of measurement.
True. But I will.
Or grog's a booze, not an actual cup.
I don't think we should call that much shenanigans on the drinking works of jelly beans.
I want to pull this story apart.
Yeah? Whoa.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I think grog's an actual booze, not a container of said booze.
Rewrite your story. Bullshit. I was elated. And Blindside must have been too. This girl in the story, I can't help but picture the 7-foot football player.
Aptly named.
Must have been too. I was elated. And Blindside must have been too. After a few hours of celebration, she let slip something that I hadn't remotely been expecting.
She was in love with me.
Oh, yeah.
Now that, in a text-based game, ladies and gentlemen, escalated super fast.
It did. We went from grog to love. She said she was so excited about my love for this game and how deeply I'd gotten into it. She said she didn't expect me to return these feelings. So I'm going to throw it out there. Return it if you want.
I want to be on you.
But she had to finally just tell me how she felt. I was confused. I was only 13 years old, and though I knew about gays and lesbians, I didn't know if I was. How did one know?
I think you know.
I figured that that's for the scholars to decide. That's no place for me and you, sir. I figured that the only way to figure it out was to try.
College.
No. And why the hell not? Coming across people who actually cared for me wasn't an easy feeling, being the loner that I was.
I usually come across people that care for me.
So I might as well try and stick with someone who adored me as much as Blindside did the 7-foot-tall football-playing lesbian.
Hey, you officer now.
So I said to us, the tour must have just been the bedroom. This is the bedroom.
It's like Max and Patty. And here's the bedroom. Tour's over.
So to her surprise, I said, okay, why not give it a shot? That's the rip spot. I love you. Let's give this a shot. Let's go for it. She cried tears of joy. In-game. That's right, it's text-based tears. Those pixelated tears. And we decided it would be our little secret for the time being.
Oh god, this is going to get super creepy.
Oh, it gets very strange. Years later, we're talking actual years, by the way.
In real life?
In real life years. Years later, years passed. But during that time, it wasn't long before I found out that I am not a lesbian. I've got to be honest. We've been at this for years, doing nothing for me.
No.
At all.
No.
It turns out it's just not happening. But being the awkward she-girl that I was, I just can't say no to someone and let them down. I tried my damnedest to make myself a lesbian. She's putting in the years, right? Time-served lesbian we've got on our hands. Now, she's not gay, which is an issue, but she's fucking going to try. And
pseudo-lesbian.
we salute you. We salute your effort at giving it the old college try, so to speak. So I'm just going to force myself into it. This included looking at magazines of women and telling myself they're beautiful. Wow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
She's going to get it.
Scissor.
Yeah. Look, Mom.
Yum.
Looking at magazines of women and telling myself they're beautiful. Hell yes, I would kiss them. And I threw away silly dreams of marrying a man and instead replacing them with an image of a woman. My mother soon found out about all this and told me that in order to be a lesbian, I would have to be with a girl. But I told her, no, I have a girlfriend already.
Wow.
She's a liberal mother. She's open to it. So my daughter's gay. I've never seen you with a boy or a girl. But sure, okay. So you're going to keep kissing that magazine then?
Yeah, and then she pulls out a game. You know what she does? She says, "Hey, Mum, don't be jelly."
Oh my god. Her mother is in for it. She's down. Meanwhile, my brain was going a little bit crazy.
There's a clam jam up here.
My brain was going crazy because I knew that I was being stupid and I should just tell Blindside the truth. Hey, baby. Finally, after a year or so, I did. She was heartbroken and therefore would not take no for an answer. We're breaking up. I don't think so. She told me that I obviously was a lesbian. No, you know, the thing is, I'm just not gay. Yeah, you are. Listen, you are. And that if I wasn't, I wouldn't have agreed to go out with her. This was upsetting logic. Well, you've got a point. I did go out with a girl. Maybe I am gay.
No, all the signs are there.
To be fair, I keep kissing pictures of women in magazines. I told my mother I'm gay.
Yeah.
Maybe I am gay.
I even put a blonde wig on my hand and I was like, but no, not happening.
I mean, I don't get turned on or attracted, but everything else seems to be working out right.
She's swimming in a river in Egypt.
I am up to my ass in vagina. And that sounds pretty gay. Well, I guess we are then. It was upsetting logic to me. And so after an hour or so of arguing, I agree that I was right. That she was right. I must be a lesbian. Oh, kids. So the relationship became a bit rocky. And continued on for a couple of years, on and off. Several times I kept telling her that I don't think I'm a lesbian.
Is her mum just basically peddling this on her now?
Oh, you are?
Well, I'm not gay. Let's not rule it out.
Yeah. Hey, let's not make any hasty decisions here. After all, you do have a rather vast collection of lesbian porn, so I'm just saying. But every time she argued that I had to be, and pleased not to break her heart like this, and every time I conceded, withdrew my claim. My claim. I've written it out in triplicate. Alright, I withdraw my claim.
And you know what I'm like, Mum, I'm not gay, but her mum's like, yeah, but...
Tell me something, does this look right to you? No!
Gift that.
Gift that.
Gift that immediately.
There were times I try and just not log in, hoping she'd forget about me. The best way to handle this is just to not talk to her anymore. But I couldn't resist for too long, as soon as I logged in, I was sucked back. Not quite. Back into continuing the relationship. Over the years, I had tried really hard to get her to overcome. Oh, to get her to come over to where I live to visit me and my mum, who was dying to meet Blindside. I want to meet this girlfriend. But every time she came up for a reason of why she couldn't come over. This included a heartbreaking Christmas Eve morning when she told me she would finally come over, and I instead woke up to a package on my step with a letter saying she couldn't come. She was a few states away, and my mother would not allow me to go to her. I had never met, and not allow me to meet someone I had never met. So every time we wanted to see each other, it would fall on her to visit. I was 19. So that's 6 years.
Of playing Jelly Bean.
That's the worst part to you. That's what I think is amazing. Is the worst part to you is that it's 6 years of playing Jelly Bean 2. 6 years.
How have they not, if it's been 6 years, how the fuck have they not like Skyped, IM'd, messaged, MSN,
They're playing
anything?
a text-based MMO.
Don't give a fuck. She got a computer, right? She's got the internet to play this game.
Well, to reflect on what you just said, it's a good point. Valid. We're talking about someone with a PC today, 2015, who still can't watch live streams. So I'm just going to put that out there as evidence.
We can receive a picture. I'm not having it.
You can send a picture of anybody. That's just crazy talk.
Good point then. Good point. Good point. Hey. Yeah, good point.
Just
yeah.
trying to
say it with your chest.
just trying to
next
keep
time.
the cohesion. I can't. My chest is rotten. It wasn't until I was 9 years old that everything fell apart in such a way that I hadn't anticipated. The crumble. I'm sure by now you know what's coming next. I had just graduated from high school, and my mom innocently said, "Why don't you invite your girlfriend over for your graduation party? I'll even pay for the ticket.
Boom.
However she wants to get here." I was stunned. Suddenly my mother was interested in my girl, and finally meeting her. It's not English. Meeting my girl, and finally meeting each other to the point where she was willing to pay for it. We were a very poor family. My mother being a single mother and raising 4 children up on her own, so this was a very big deal. I didn't find out until later that she had long suspected the truth of Blindside and had been desperately trying to figure out a way for me to find out on my own without letting her interfere. What a good mum! What a good mum. Stop reading ahead because you don't know what's going to happen.
I'm not reading ahead. All I'm saying is the fact that ain't nobody at the age of 19 is keeping up a blind relationship.
Of course. In the mud world.
She's not. She doesn't know if she's a lesbian. She's kept up a relationship for 6 years. This sounds like.
Yeah, are you ready?
Wait, I'm not. I'm reading it.
I know.
think
Stop it.
Is this someone in my guild?
I don't think so. I wouldn't know. I'm not in your guild. I excitedly logged onto my mud and saw that Blindside was just sitting in our little apartment that she had built for us, all in descriptive text. I told her the wonderful news. There was silence and I was confused. She was normally a very quick typer. Why was she taking so long to reply? Finally she said, "Let's have a talk."
Wait, you need a name
Come
for
to
that.
our
Let's go with McGaver because it's perfect.
It's the author. It never gets used.
But I like
Loads of
McGaver.
drama time. You can save it. You know, you used it last week. You can't use it again.
Did I?
Yes.
Okay.
I remember this sickening feeling in my stomach. For a while now, I had my doubts that she was actually who she said she was. But the worst thought I had was maybe she was quite a lot older than I was. Oh! Old young lesbians. Hairy beef snatch.
Oh! Beaver tail curtains.
Worse. Turkey curtains. Pluck it. That's all I'm saying. Pluck it and stuff it. Okay. I wasn't prepared. There was a few minutes pause as I stood in our living room staring at her name, waiting for the message to pop up. Finally, I just had to say, "What's wrong?" She then awkwardly told me that she wasn't at all who I thought she was and that she was a guy. 25-year-old guy. 6 years older than I was. I was silent for a good 5 minutes, staring at her screen confused. Maybe she had mistyped.
When you say guy, did you mean gal?
I tried for her to make a correction of the typos. She only said one more time about how sorry he was, for hurting me like this. I didn't know what to say, and my awkward personality finally kicked in, and I just found myself saying, "Okay, I understand. We're still friends." But I sat, staring at the screen, repulsed and angry that over the course of the last 6 years, when I told her my doubts of being a lesbo, that she guilted me into staying with her, and she had the perfect chance to just tell me that she was a guy. I didn't understand, and because of who I am, I internalized it. I'm just going to bury that deep down. Going to bury it deep down.
Like regress it.
Just bury them feelings deep down. Build on them. Let them bubble. He begged me not to tell anyone and that it was important to him that everyone think he was a girl. He's been getting swag jelly beans.
That's exactly why.
He's been rolling in the bent jelly beans for so long that he can't possibly give it up. I didn't get why this would be so important, but I agreed and promised him I wouldn't tell anyone his secret. We continued talking to each other for about a year, pretty much staying as friends. Now this is the best moment ever. He said a couple of times that because you're not a lesbian and I'm a guy, that we can actually just go out together and finally be comfortable. But I declined.
No!
No, it's more like, no. 6 years of pretending to be a girl, trying to force me to be a lesbian. I kissed a magazine at some point. There was badge on it. And I'm not gay, so no.
No.
Let's just stay as we are for now, huh? Let's just No, that's not going to happen.
No.
I'm just going to leave it there. I found a job working overnight.
That's it. She turns around. Sorry, I'm gay.
Oh, no, it happens. You turn me into a lesbian. Bombshell.
Yeah.
Drop the mic.
What a dickhead.
Yeah, you fucked it up for both of us. You done goofed it. He said a couple of times, blah, 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 that he could do it. I found a job working overnight soon after he had told me the truth, and to avoid him as much as possible, I just told him I wouldn't be on much because of my new odd hours. He had also recently become an immortal, and as such, I had thought that this was wrong. I don't know what that means. Must be something in the jelly beans. You can become an immortal jelly bean. A gobstopper.
Like an everlasting gobstopper.
Willy fucking Wonka.
Chocolate factory.
Fat blueberry bitch.
Johnny Depp.
Chocolate eating German.
Nuts.
No, wait.
Or lack of, in this case.
Oompa fucking lumpers. I fucking hate the new Oompa Lumpers.
Doopity-doo.
Doopity-doo. I love that. Doopity-doo. Spank it. Alright, he's an immortal jelly bean. I was too afraid to say anything to the head bunny. What? I kind of feel the need to... You could be the head bunny in the jelly beans. What do you have to do to be a head bunny jelly bean? And the other immortals, in fear I would be kicked from the server. Don't want to fuck with the head bunny.
No.
If it...
No.
Do you want me to take this to the head bunny? Are you saying you want me to call the head bunny?
Now, you want me to get the head bunny down here?
to this?
All the way down here.
I want to
She comes down and say, right, I've seen the complaint and you're going to have to hop it.
Oh! Whoa! 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 I don't want to get kicked from my server. I'd lose. Look at all the jelly beans I've collected. I made so many friends. I cared about this place too much to be forced to leave. And because she was an immortal, she often spied. Stop calling her she. And because he was an immortal, he often spied on me becoming invisible. Immortals become invisible in the text-based mud jelly beans too.
That's perfect. That's every guy who wants to masturbate's dream.
Imagine!
I've heard.
You could go sneakily into the text-based bathroom and watch.
And jerk the gurk.
Jerk the text-based gurk.
Indeed.
Doopity-doo. So I would not know he was there when I was with any of my friends to ensure I didn't say a word. Oh, no private chat in jelly beans. And there could be somebody watching.
There could
so
be.
be careful. Live in fear. Live in fear. I figured it out when he would let slip personal conversations I had with my friends. That's really creepy. He's invisi stalking her in the jelly beans world.
That's awesome. Immortals is
Oh,
usually what
GM
a
mod.
refers
Oh, we
to.
got modded. I prefer the term immortal in the jelly beans world. I do.
I'd love that.
And there's no way that he would know unless he had been there. It was around the 10th argument over his lies when I had finally had enough. As always, he was denying everything that had happened, pretty much placing the blame on me that I was the idiot who fell in love with a lesbian that was a guy, and that I should just let it go and accept the truth of who he really was. So I did. Boy, did I ever finally accept the truth. Okay, fuck you. I've accepted the truth and realised you're a creep. So fuck you. Thinking he had calmed me down, he logged off for the night. I immediately talked to two of my closer friends I had when I first joined Jellybean.
You can't take anything like
I can't take the Jellybean world serious. I told them what had happened, apologised for not telling the truth, and said my goodbyes. I was leaving the Jellybean world. But not before I told the truth to every single one of our friends, the immortals who ran the Jellybeans, and even the head bunny herself. I'm taking this to the head bunny. She took it to the head bunny. She did it. It's pretty fucking serious, really. That's like taking it to Metzen.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
Metzen! It's a guy.
You want me to call medicine down here?
You're going to get Metzen involved? In the jelly beans?
Kenneth!
Yes, my hands were shaking as I typed up a note to plaster on the jelly bean bulletin board. Sick burn in the centre of Jellyton. Oh, shit! I'm
Tip
taking
your waitress!
You see this? Boom! Face! Where are you going to put it? The only place I can.
Where every motherfucker is going to see it.
I fucking love it. In the center of Gelatin, and also in our guild. No one would ever really see it because at this point in the time, people were giving up to play some game called EverQuest.
And they're still leveling.
But the feeling of this huge, awful weight finally falling off my shoulders drove me forward. Anyways, I'm going to read it. I'm going to type it. I knew I just had to do it. After that, I whispered the head bunny immortal, the creator of Jelly Bean. She was good friends with Blindside, and so I was nervous as fuck when she magically summoned me to her apartment. Oh, shit!
Wow.
She just... Whoa! Whoa! You don't go to the head bean. Bunny Bean.
She brings you.
You go to...
Exactly. Do you know how I'm imagining the head bunny now is like, what's she call that?
It's got to be a turn of the throat. That's it.
What's she called? No, her who's in Ghostbusters. Yeah, what do you want?
Janine Melnitz
in a fucking
of
fat
my
bunny
staff?
costume. Yeah, what do you want?
What, with a carrot?
Yeah.
It's not Bugs Bunny.
Jelly Bean, what do you want?
Oh my god.
Oh, so you're back up again? Yes, that's right, we're back.
I think my picture was Dr. Claw. That's what I think the head bunny looks like in Jelly Bean.
Janine!
It's Dr. from my staff.
What do you want?
Okay, here we go.
Ghostbusters!
Yeah, go on.
What do you want?
There you go. I knew you were going to do it. I told her everything, apologising over and over again for not spilling the beans. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Straight away. I told her not to worry, that I was leaving Jellyton on my own. To my surprise, she didn't give a fuck and promised me she would deal with Blindside when he logged back on, since he technically had poached an underage girl. That's true. I'm more concerned with his paedophilic antics, to be honest, than the lesbian lies. This is more of a grooming situation, and we in Jellyton do not stand for that. We take Jelly Bean very seriously, and obviously, well...
Sat there with a carrot, and this will be dealt with.
I will strip him of his jelly beans. The bunny has spoken! I'm going to be sad when this does move away from Jelly Bean, because it does.
I've got a Miss blah 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 to see you. So down the carrot. What do you want?
Stop, God, stop it.
Okay. I'm gonna do it one more time tonight when you least expect it.
Okay. She asked me to stick around in Gelatin, but I couldn't. I can't. It's been too much.
There's too many memories.
I've posted something on the bulletin board.
For 6 years I've pretended to flick the bean. No more! No more!
I told her that because I was most undoubtedly forcing Blindside out of his second home, that he cared about as deeply as I did. Jelly Bean's not just a game anymore.
It's a way of life.
It was the only fair that I should leave to. I asked her to delete all of my characters, said my goodbyes, and logged off for the final time, deleting my Telnet client immediately so I would not be tempted to return. Months later, I heard from a friend who had stuck around to the very bitter end of Jellytown. He told me that the Immortals had reprimanded him for what he had done. He was demoted from Immortal down to a lowly bunny. You're just a bunny now.
Like Judge Dredd, he stood there like that. After taking his badges off.
Ears on.
Yeah. I'm going to need your gun in your ears. Turn over your badge and that tail.
You don't deserve this.
Walk of shame out, mate, with his box with his desk stuff in it.
Imagine they offered him the Judge Dredd Lonely Walk.
In a text-based game. That'd suck.
And was warned by the Immortals. Do you know what I've pictured now? Bill and Ted when they travels to the future are on pillars in that giant empty room. Do
Like
you remember?
in Green Lantern.
Yeah, they're all stood up there. He was demoted to lowly bunny and was warned that he would stick it. The head bunny would be watching. Remember, because he turned his back. I reckon we could make this so epic. A fucking joke. Let me demote you. You have to turn at the end though. Face the music. Now go. You're just a bunny now. And remember, she's watching. And that's how it went down in Jelly Beans.
You really clawed at my chest and it hurt. That it was okay. It added to my composure of character though, because when you did it, I was like,
as I expected, Blindside didn't stick around for long. He posted a note up on the bulletin board of Jellyton, apologising to everyone for lying, and then quit. Jelly Beans. Chapter 2! That was chapter 1. Okay?
I've just seen where the slide bar is.
It's a good
How long have we got?
We're going balls deep. I can see people now! After that whole fiasco, I got into a website called Gaia, where I quickly got sucked into role-playing. Yeah. Dial
Flicked.
up.
Flicked into it.
Everyone would write a small bit from the perspective of their character, and someone else would respond in kind until we had a completed story. And then we would all split off into our directions to find another thread. It was very cool.
What? Say that again.
It's a forum thread where someone types something, someone replies, and then when the story is done, we go to another thread.
We used to do that in our old guild website as like a passing post. It's not a game.
It's a game called Gaia. And people know Gaia, by the way. I assume these are our Argent Dawn Confederates. Our heroes in the midst, keeping our roleplay dreams alive.
I don't get it. This was when we used to do this in
You don't get it?
Dark Light.
This isn't a game.
Imagine that. This is me. This is Gaia.
game.
This is Gaia, right? This is me actually at work now, working away. Refresh page. Someone's typed a paragraph in the story. I'll type a line. I'm done. There we go. That's Gaia. 3 seconds of my day.
But it's a game.
Play a game, you fucking idiots.
Okay. Since my brother had me grow up watching George A. Romero zombie flicks and other such horror movies, I mostly roleplayed on zombie threads. You laughing at?
Some guy just put, guys, not a game. One bed, one pillow, by myself.
Along with some Final Fantasy themed ones here and there. Years later, it was on a thread that had completely ripped off Resident Evil that I met a guy named
Dover.
After a month or so, we started e-dating. And though alarm bells were ringing in my head, I ignored them. Shouldn't do this.
When it's e-dating, you've got to go slash. Yeah?
Doobity-doo.
Yeah. Rude-de-doo.
Rude-de-doo. Due to what happened with Blindside, I almost immediately insisted that we talk on the phone. Whoa. Want to do my roleplay date? Phone me. She takes it to the creepy level. And to my relief, he was actually a guy. Check. Though he tended to RP with some creepy ideas. Now, I'm slightly concerned that we're going into zombie ERP.
Not for me. Not for me.
Not for me. There was some creepy ideas. Also, he was a shitty writer. I fuck you. That's all I got.
The end!
What are we happy? Sure.
It's the ERP equivalent of a premature ejaculation.
And I've spent. He got one of our threads banned by erotic role-playing in front of everyone. Oh, he likes it in public. Voyeuristic
Nice.
ERP. Oh!
Nice.
Oh!
Watch me. Watch me.
Shit!
Watch me do me.
I wanted to see you. It's gross as fuck.
What?
Like voyeuristic ERP. It's like a swingers
I
party.
want people to
it's
watch.
like a swingers forum.
Oh, yeah.
The question that comes to mind, though, is do you keep your socks on in a swingers forum?
You'd have to.
I mean, I can't see why you can't.
No, but like, you couldn't... Here's the thing. The common misconception of a swingers pie.
The common... What people don't understand, as the voice of experience, enlighten us, sir.
Now, stop first. You need swim socks. Because if you put regular socks on...
What, like Veruca socks?
Yeah, because if you put regular socks on, all you're doing...
Oh, they're absorbing.
All you're doing
It's an
is
absorption.
collecting the
Gross.
E-loads.
Now there's people wondering why people would wear socks because they're so young and naive.
Bless you.
Bless your cotton
Bless
socks.
you.
Bless your soaking cotton socks.
What don't you want to walk on in a room full of people fucking?
Flirted with girls and took to private chatting erotic roleplay. He would fall off the face of the earth for weeks without telling me, and somehow thought that by role-playing him breathing heavily in my face, that would somehow turn me on. No, but he doesn't even do that. He just types it. I'm breathing heavily in your face right now.
Yeah, but I'm trying to give you, if that was real.
How many times have you done that with a girl? Come here, baby. Yeah, turned on yet? I still stuck by his side for a while. What is wrong with you? Please enjoy the proof I bear to you about the breathing thing and his writing capabilities. This was actually his most coherent post he's done. Now, I must point out here, we haven't included picture. Now, can you read that? Because I want you to do dirty voice. Do you want to swap seats?
No, it's
Need
all
your
right.
readers.
Got him right here, mate. Look at that. I'm like a Doc Brown kind of deal. Look. Glasses, goggles.
Now remember, that
Safety
name
first.
is Dover.
Which one?
The first name. Can you
Okay.
read that? Okay, I want filth. This is you ERPing.
Is this me as in I'm the one?
This is what he typed to her. This is his ERP.
This is he. Okay.
Dover.
Dover smiled as he got in front of her and smiled as he got the reply. Close to her face as he breathed heavily into her face. Ooh. Is that so I don't think you can resist anymore? But we will see as he smiled and stood up again. Yeah, that's why we gotta get out of here.
That was beautiful. Bravo!
Yeah?
Bravo! Bravo! Bravo!
It didn't make any sense to me as I was reading it.
He said smile 3 times in 2 sentences. Dover smiled as he got in front of her and smiled. Should we do a reenactment? I think
No,
we
he's
should.
like this. He goes.
Wait. As he got... He smiled as he got in front of her. He then smiled as he got really close to her face. And then he breathed heavily on her. Oh, is that so you... Oh, is that so I don't think you can resist anymore? But we'll see.
It doesn't need to make sense.
No.
He's so smiling right now.
Well, that's... And as he smiled and stood up again... When did he sit down, though, sir? In what space? In what space did he sit down again?
The thing is, he's already sat down, but can you imagine the smiling get-up? He's like this, watch, ready? He's like this.
But then you've got to sit down again. He smiled. Right? This is what happened. You can do it. I'll tell you what you've got to do. Right? Stand up. Alright, pretend you're standing up and smile. Then lean into me and smile. Then you did a breath, but don't do that. And then you stood up again. Just kept smiling. I told him of my jelly bean days, and he mentioned about this game he was playing called World of Warcraft. We're going. I said I'd heard of it, but I hadn't actually looked into it. He told me there was a free 10-day trial and that I should absolutely check it out. That if I really liked this silly text-based game, it's not a game. Really though, real talk for a minute. It's not a game. That I would love this. After some encouragement, I finally decided to download the trial. Once everything had downloaded, I loaded up the game and immediately fell in love once I saw the opening trailer for Vanilla WoW. Dover sent me a message on MSN asking that I should create a night elf so he could easily get to me and show me his character. I created one, and though not too impressed, with the character models. Single player gamer and Final
It's the
Fantasy
first
nerd
time
after
she's
all.
ever seen a character model.
She played Final. It says it here. Single player gamer and Final Fantasy nerd and all that. She wanted Final Fantasy style characters. Okay, they just don't exist in WoW. I entered the world of Warcraft. It wasn't until the Night Elf starting area loaded and I saw several people with strange names like Loser and I'm the Best run by me did my jaw drop. Whoa! Whoa! This was amazeballs. I could actually see people. I could actually see everything. I didn't have to read a description of an area to imagine what it would be like. I was stunned. Dover whispered me to wait there and soon he showed up, riding on a large white cat, and I was hooked. I could ride on animals, furry. You didn't have to walk everywhere you wanted to go. No more north, west, east and south entries from here. This was lunacy. I was in love with this guy.
It's for an act of lunacy.
This is crazy. I was in love. This was going to be my second home, much like Jellybean had been. This
Much like Jelly Bean had been.
This is the new Jellybean. I finally found my next Jellybean. He showed off his main character, a Fury Night Elf Warrior, and links me some of the gear he was wearing. We didn't have colour-coded gear in Jellybean, so I only just nodded at everything he linked. And this one's purple. Sure. This is green. Great. Look at my perps. Can you imagine his face? This was sure to get me breathing heavily in your face. That is so creepy. Too distracted in the excitement that most of every command we had on Jellybean was actually in WoW. And I could actually watch my character remote actions. And here's my gear. Slash dance. Oh my god! This is my epic sword. Slash kiss. Oh, that's great. Realising I wasn't impressed with what he was showing me, Dover asked me to follow him. Hey, baby, come with me. He led me on this journey and preached. You talk about everyone's first experience and how crazy and amazed all the smallest things were you stumble across. This was no exception. Everything fascinated me. I stopped frequently just to look at the pretty lanterns and wisps, or at the people running about talking out in sight at each other. What felt like hours we ran to Darnassus. It is amazing how big the first zone is the first time you log in, isn't it? On what I believed was the longest journey anyone would have ever taken in a game. I was stunned by the city and how much my chat box exploded with people looking to trade items. He led me to the portal that led outside the city and I was stunned. Portals. Only immortals could teleport to other areas. Are you an immortal? Are you? Dover led me to a dock and told me to stay and to not move. Confused, I did as he told me. I watched him jump off the dock. I looked over the edge. He was gone. Frightened, excuse me. Frightened that he had drowned, I paced up and down the dock, calling out to him, Dover! Dover! Wondering how this game handled death. On Jellybean, when you died, you had to quickly run through a maze of hospital corridors to the healer bunny in the morgue before your body decomposed. That's really fucking graphic. Fucking Jellybean's no frigging joke.
No, mate, it's not.
You have to go to the fucking morgue to get your corpse back, or
Before
you
it
decompose.
decomposes.
You're just a dead, rotten bunny. Oh my lord! Oh lord! And in which case you decomposed and would lose all of your items. I would have to learn the directions to this new healer bunny. You sir, where is the healer bunny?
What?
What the fuck? Tell me of your healer bunny and his location now, sir. He feels like Thor when he comes to Mexico.
I like this drink. Another! I need a horse.
I need a horse.
We've only got dogs. No, I'm big enough to ride on.
I didn't have to wait long though before I received a whisper from someone I didn't recognise. They explained that they were Dover. He wasn't dead. He was just being funny. And he'd exited out of the game to see what I would do. This ought to kick up a fuss. This is the guy who breathes heavily. And that he was on his way. I calmed down. Woohoo! No healer buddy for you this time. Oh, Lordy. He calmed down, and within a few minutes, a ship suddenly arrived in front of me. That is a fucking epic moment.
Yeah.
It is an epic moment when that boat arrives. Because you'll go to the dock. I remember actually. I'm going back now saying to you, wonder if a boat arrives at this dock. And then it did. I remember me and you stand there saying, do you think a boat comes? I almost jumped out of my skin in surprise. And on that ship is what could only be explained to my newbie eyes, was what would happen to be an evil goat demon with blue skin. They stepped out and I was prepared to run for my life. Before Dover whispered me, asking me what I thought. I thought it was fuck ugly, but politely told him it was cool. It's great. This guy's such a tryhard. I love it. Dover. I only played for a couple of days of my trial account due to busy home life, but after my time was up, I ran out and bought WoW and the Burning Crusade. I wasn't sure what I wanted to make, a druid, a mage, but Dover, and MSN again messaged me and told me I should totally be a dwarf warrior.
You can't comment on that.
In Burning Crusade again.
Yeah, but for a first...
Hey, notice how smug I said that in the Burning Crusade again.
In WoW type experiences, though, for a first...
Fuck off, my dwarf warrior was cool.
Yeah.
I realise now that my chances are pretty good he was trolling me. My lip curled. As I looked at the dwarf female.
My lip curled?
Yeah. This... I was unimpressed by this warrior class. Spells were more fun on Jellybean than melee after all. How can that be? / cast Frostbolt. Oh! Did you see? What? This is well better than / cast Mortal Strike. I'm having way more fun.
That's well not comfortable.
Stop doing it.
I want to say no. When I'm excited, I don't curl my lip. I usually I'll nod or get a boner, but I can't imagine. I can't imagine. How does your lip curl in excitement? How does your lip curl in excitement?
Like that. No, she was unimpressed. It was like that. Yeah, it's a scowl more than anything. A scowl, sir. A scowl.
Okay.
However, he was my boyfriend, and being insecure, I decided I'd rather impress him than pick my own race and class. So in disgust and a taste of bile in my mouth, better than vag, for you, I created the dreaded female dwarf warrior. I could taste the bile. Dover decided to level up a human paladin and met me in Ironforge to lead me to the Elwyn Forest underground tram. The underground tram, by the way, blew my socks off. As we were leveling, everything was going okay until we reached the kobold-infested mine. We got about a quarter of the way inside and I died to a small group of them. Dover was swearing in chat saying something about aggro and said he was probably going to die. In a panic, worried about his body decomposing and losing all of his precious loot, the morgue, I ran back as fast as I could to my body and clicking on the OK button to resurrect as soon as it popped. And then typed in chat, "Don't worry, I shall save you." I was outside of the mine now, so I rushed inside to try and find my way back to where I had died. I turned the corner and saw Dover kill the last kobold. He barely had any life left. I said, "Yay!" He turned to look at me. And then in a very typo-infested shriek, he said, "You fucking idiot! What have you done?"
That escalated really quickly.
I was only confused for a few seconds as he rushed at me. And then I heard the annoying chattering noise of the kobolds. I had pulled every single kobold outside and inside that had respawned in this long train of death. Needless to say, he died. And very needlessly to say, I died immediately after. He then had a long discussion with me about aggro and branded me with the title Aggro Whore. Which is... You're my little aggro whore. Which I still proudly refer to myself to as this day.
It's a little strong to go in with straight with the word
I don't know
whore.
if I would open gambit with the whore, honestly.
That's what I mean. It's a little...
I think if I'm trying to get in her pants, which I am...
Miss Aggro? Miss Aggro?
Or just not call her a whore at all.
That's what I'm saying, though.
I'd probably leave that out.
Whore's the deep end.
But I'm no RP.
Or like slag.
Now, we don't pretend to be RPs.
I do, occasionally.
But not a good one.
Fuck off, are you kidding me?
Fuck off, I had a really good one. Chapter thrice. I would like to say that I could only have improved from that day in the Cobalt Mines, but truthfully, it took a great teacher of patience to finally teach me how to play, and sadly, that wasn't for a very long time. Dover invited me to his guild and introduced me to Ventrilo. Thankfully, this guild had several girls in it, so in the beginning, no one gave me a hard time or did that creepy, excited, heavy breathing at hearing a girl. Now, and in brackets says, which the guild I'm in currently does. Now, something you said earlier does come to mind.
What did I say earlier?
Is this someone from your guild? Now, I don't want to cast aspersions because you came out and said before we had got to this point that this may be someone in your guild. Now, it does say here, let me reread it for you, that this guild did not do the creepy, heavy breathing upon hearing a girl, brackets, which the guild I'm currently in does. Now,
I hope it is. I know I do that. I openly do that.
Are you guilty?
Yeah, that's...
Of being a...
Dude, that's dipping a toe into the creepy shit that I do. Into the river of creepy shit
This could be the way of telling you. You, in fact, have an issue, sir. With girls and games.
Hey, you know what I say to that solution? My girl don't like it. Fuck off!
Apparently, though, we'll do heavy breathing when we hear a girl. So I sat in their main channel, excited to hear other people talking about this awesome game. I slowly made some friends despite my shy and quiet nature. I tried... Oh, she's a shy one. You know what that means? She's filthy, though. I mean, she's already been licking Muffin at magazine.
Yeah.
I tried to learn from them what they were saying, pretending to know what they were talking about. I got excited hearing tactics they needed to improve on in this wonderful sounding place called Karazhan. And I was always disappointed when they dropped down to the raid channel and I couldn't listen to what was going on. I can't go in the raid channel! Password protected raid channels.
Really?
Really? Really? Who's doing that? One of the friends I made there was called...
Where we're looking? Was called... Mimi.
One day when I had reached Westfall on the new druid I created, fuck the dwarf and fuck Teldrassil, I skipped it. He told me that he was bored and wanted to run me through this place called the Dead Mines. Oh, did you now? Did you? Mimi. Was it Mimi?
Mm-hmm.
I was nervous, but excited. This would be like Karazhan. He invited me to a party and instructed that I come to him. Once I got there, he led me into the mines and told me, whatever you do, don't stop running. And he was right. People immediately started rushing at me, being the aggro whore that I was. I died a couple of times, but finally I met him at the entrance of the instance. He told me he didn't run you through the... What a cunt. What a
It's not just that.
Cunt.
It's not just
that.
that.
Is such a cunt maneuver.
It's not just that. It's the fact that you don't know that area pre whatever it was before they changed it. That was a fucking maze.
It was a nightmare.
That was a maze.
A fucking nightmare. What a dick. He told me to just stand back once we got inside, and I was disappointed. Where were the others? Where was the deep discussions of strategy? I did what he said, and the disappointment turned into amazement. A mage was able to take on all of these mobs. His health barely dropped at all as he gathered group after group and killed them all instantly. He was wearing cloth, and I leather. How was this possible? I don't understand. We got to the exhilarating end and the staff dropped. I was excited, and Mimi said, congrats, that's a nice staff. I wish I could have it. He was kidding, of course, but at the time I honestly thought a level 70 could actually use it. And the way he was exclaiming about it, that it was something amazing and something he could use, I quickly said, you have it! You ran me through this place. It's the least I could do. Obviously, I made his night. He died laughing on vent and told me that he was joking and to enjoy the staff before he halved out and left you the fuck there. Ha! I juggled between playing both the dwarf and my druid, who I love so much more. But I was having such a difficult time. I kept dying. The bear quest took me forever to complete. My dwarf was lost in Desolus, where she continued to keep dying. I finally asked my other friend, a druid named...
Easy Kill.
Named Easy Kill, for help. I described my problem and he was confused. I was on my druid at the time and he said to hold on, that he would come to me. Once he arrived, he told me, go ahead and fight like you normally would. I'll watch and try to give you some tips to help you improve. So I did. Now, are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the finest example of a normal mode player. I moonfall Fire spammed the furball. Then I rooted it. I jumped into bear form, taunted it. Then switched to kitty, struck it with a bleed, jumped back into human form, and wrapped it to death. Yeah?
What do you think of that? Yeah?
Now, the crucial part is the taunt. That's the important thing. If you don't do it without a taunt, let me tell you again. It's Moonfire, root, bear form, taunt, kitty, bleed, human, wrath. Okay?
Job done. Kiss, kiss. Bang, bang.
He said, what the fuck was that? He then laughed his ass off. I'd never heard him laugh before. Miserable cunt. And despite it being at my expense, I was delighted to hear it. I made you laugh. It took him a long time to stop. A really long time. It was that day I gained a mentor. It was the coolest experience I had ever had in WoW. I got loads of tips, taught some macros, reset my 3-tree spec skills, and went feral while he watched me fight and corrected my mistakes. Soon I was questing like a badass, hardly ever dying unless my aggro whore skills suddenly came into play. And that does bring us to the end of the story. There's a lot more, but it's not as good. I had to finish off with the finale of the Ultimate Rotation. Now, I shall make my April Fool's video based on that rotation.
That's a good idea.
That is a drama story and a frigging half. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? I'm not wrong.
Wow.
It had everything.
It had everything.
It had everything. What's the
lesbians, noobs, text-based action, decomposing bunnies, scissoring, bean innuendo, in your endo. Everything, mate.
Mother of Christ. Let's take a quick 2-minute break and then we'll go into the Q&A.
Whatever.
Alright. Let's talk some shit. Back in 2 minutes. Let's get a drink, have a wank, have a fap, breathe heavy, and come back.